Hey guys, today I want to talk about a pretty small AI project, Akash Network, which is honestly a total gem. Despite all its potential, it's still flying under the radar for many crypto enthusiasts. We're really on the edge of something huge here, and it could bring massive gains. Today, you'll find out whether it can replace Render Network, how it stacks up against big Web2 companies and corporations, and much more. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video and hit that subscribe button. Let's dive in. Before we jump into this project, let me clarify that this video is just my personal opinion and market analysis. I'm not telling anyone to buy or sell any assets, so don't take this as financial advice. Always do your own research and invest wisely. Akash Network calls itself the Airbnb of the crypto world, and I totally get why. It's a marketplace where you can rent GPU power for rendering at prices way lower than traditional services. And when I say way lower, I mean seriously cheaper compared to the big players. More on that in a bit. This is what makes Akash a true game changer. By leveraging AMD and NVIDIA GPUs, it lets people worldwide rent out their graphic cards to those needing resources for rendering or heavy computations. Why does this matter? Just look at GPU rental prices from traditional providers. They've skyrocketed in recent years. Akash offers the same level of performance but at much lower costs, instantly making it super competitive, even against industry giants. The best part? The whole process is insanely fast. Users simply pick the specs they need and get instant access to top-tier hardware. What I love about it is that anyone can find the right setup for their needs, whether it's a budget option for light tasks or heavy-duty performance for big workloads. Plus, if you have the right tech, you can become a GPU provider and earn Akash tokens in return. But that's not all. Akash also offers unique AI solutions. For example, they have a ChatGPT-like AI model that's completely free to use, and it works pretty well. I even tested their image generator, and while the results were basic, keep in mind it's an open and free tool available to everyone. On top of that, Akash is carving out a fascinating niche for itself. They've built an ecosystem that's already hosting tons of projects in exciting fields, from AI to gaming and even NFTs. The team has gone above and beyond to make it super easy and convenient for users to create their own projects on the Akash Network platform. Now that you've got the basics of what Akash is all about, let's move on to some exciting recent news, followed by my price prediction and whether this project can compete with Render Network. But first, let me remind you that I've been talking about Akash on this channel long before it hit its current price levels. If you don't want to miss out on the next big gains, make sure to subscribe to my channel. There's actually a ton of interesting news here, but I've decided to highlight only the most important stuff. Let's start with something we can all agree on. One of the key factors that can boost a coin's price is listings on Tier 1 exchanges. Akash Network is already listed on top-tier platforms like Coinbase and Upbit, as well as on many smaller, less-known exchanges. However, the recent listing on Binance, specifically in the futures trading section, is a big deal. This is a strong, bullish signal that could pave the way for a spot trading listing, which would mark a full-fledged Binance listing. And while we're on the topic, Akash also got listed for futures trading on Kraken, a well-known and established exchange. Now moving on from exchange listings to something a bit different, Akash Network has been running an aggressive marketing campaign, participating in various hackathons, and even hosting their own. I won't cover all of them, there are way too many, but one stood out as particularly interesting. Meta, the globally recognized company led by Mark Zuckerberg, hosted a major hackathon, and Akash Network was not only a key guest, but also one of the main sponsors of the event. Events like this are fantastic for increasing the coin's visibility and strengthening the brand's reputation. Another highlight was a major interview with the founder of Akash Network, where he discussed why GPUs represent the future and emphasized the importance of decentralization over concentrating computing power in a handful of corporate giants. It's funny, because this sentiment is echoed by some of the biggest financial news outlets. Here's what Blockworks had to say. Today, AI development is dominated by a few major players: OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, NVIDIA, all racing toward monopolization. By controlling critical parts of the AI stack, models, training data, and applications, companies can maximize profits, keeping revenues and innovation tightly siloed. Moreover, cloud infrastructure controlled by Amazon and Google provides most of the compute and storage resources needed to train and deploy AI systems. This centralization comes at a steep cost. According to Akash Network, grassroots developers will spend over $679 billion on cloud computing in 2024, already unaffordable for most small-medium players, with costs likely to rise as demand grows. Finally, let's talk about the recent update to their text-to-image generator. With the power of NVIDIA GPUs on the Akash SuperCloud, you can now create AI-generated images, completely free to use. This tool has seen massive improvements and is now a legitimate competitor to giants like Midjourney and similar platforms. If you're into AI image generation, Akash Gen is definitely worth checking out. That's enough news for now. Let's dive into the comparison with Render Network and take a closer look at the future growth potential of ACT. I'm sure you all know about Render Network. I've talked about this project multiple times on my channel. It's famous for its groundbreaking rendering products and an insane list of partnerships. Apple, NVIDIA, Stability AI, and more. Looking at Render, it's safe to say it's a leader in the AI space. Now, let's consider Akash Network. At the moment, it doesn't have those flashy partnerships, and its GPUs aren't being used in projects like Apple Pro Vision. But here's the real question. Does it even need them? I don't think so. These two projects operate in entirely different niches. Render is a major player focused on partnerships with corporations, movie studios, and similar industries. Meanwhile, Akash is carving out its space as a marketplace aimed at everyday users who need access to high-quality GPUs. Plus, Akash Network offers AI-related projects that I've covered before. So, while they both operate in the same general space, they serve slightly different purposes, which means they're not really direct competitors. That said, if Akash Network decides to make a push into the corporate space, it could definitely put Render in a tough spot. We'll keep an eye on this potential rivalry. But for now, let me share my thoughts on the price outlook. I genuinely believe Akash Network is an excellent representative of the AI and DeepIn narratives. The potential for future price growth is significant because even now, this project offers much better conditions than most Web 2 players in the same market. In fact, I think Akash could grab a significant share of Render Network's market. And that's a wrap for today. Just a reminder. This video is by no means financial advice. These are just my thoughts and perspectives on the market, so always do your own research and invest wisely. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next big gains. Thanks for watching. Your Coin Post.